All right, everybody. I don't know why I was silent during that, but we're hopping into a showcase here, a 200% level 10 link showcase here for the new launch. So, well, not new, but our EZA is new. We got her here on Dokkan. Be sure to check out my EZA video if you didn't see that, right, where I farmed up the stage 30. We use an auto clicker in there, go over her kit. Do a few little calcs, things like that. So we're going to have her here next to Bulma. Now, her kit, I have not changed it since, like, she initially came out. This is just what I gave her. I don't really anticipate ever using her for any reason, so I'm probably not going to spend the orbs necessary to change this. Probably what you want to do if you plan on using launch competitively is go full dodge. But I went crit. But she does have crit now, like, built into her kit. I think she might have had it before. I don't remember, but... let me see. This is our pre-EZA passive, right? High chance becoming a super attack. Yeah, okay, so she already had the high chance to crit. I don't know why I gave her more crit. You know, I was just... I used to just play Dokkan, man, you know? It's like, you just put crit on a character, right? I mean, it's like she doesn't really need a ton of additional. And at the time, she didn't really need dodge. So, it doesn't matter, guys. Do whatever you want with these units. Launch here is at 225k defense. We're going to go ahead and put Bulma in slot 1, and we're going to grab her support first. I don't think Bulma would Bulma KO? Maybe not. Let's just do this instead. I mean, there's no reason to put Bulma in slot 1. We can do this. Then we can grab Bulma's support right there. Because she's not getting anything from Yamcha, right? Like, he doesn't have Flea, Berserker, Metamorphosis. Dude, what is this link set? Flea, Berserker, and Metamorphosis. Yeah. You guys think we're going to get those active very often? Okay. So, launch is at 246k defense here at the start of turn. That means she's going to get about 123k defense per super attack that she does. The only multiplicative buff that she has in her passive is this 50% on super attack. She can quad super, so potentially we could get this up to, like... what is it? We would multiply by 3, so we can get this up to, like, about 750k defense or so. A little less than that, but that's where we can get her if she were to quad super, right? Just to pull that up real quick. We got a calculator here. Oh no, you guys are all annoyed at me. Hang on, you're all clicking. It's okay. Okay, here we go. So launches at 246,514. Hypothetically, if we were to quad super, we would multiply by 3. And so she'd be at 739 is what we would be at. Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's get talking about it and let's see what actually happens. We also do have Yajirobe support up here. We had him in turn 1 last turn. So we do have his support up as well. So she starts out with a 4.7 million attack stat. And then she gives us another 4.7 million attack stat. Her numbers aren't going to go up. She's just going to keep doing that 4.7 million attack stat if she keeps giving us supers. Because she doesn't get like an attack raise on super attack or anything, just the defense. That's all that's happening there. Oh, wait. Does she only get 30% per super attack? Am I a dummy? This entire time, I've been reading that as 50%. I am a dumbo. She only gets 30% on super attack. This entire time, I've been reading that as 50. Oh, my goodness. Ignore my calc video. Ah! So actually, her defense is going to be a lot lower than... Wow. Oh, no. I'm a dummy again. She is getting 50%. I was correct. Okay, I forget... For some reason, they gave this launch super attack effects. You can't attack with her. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, it is 50%. I'm not insane. Okay. A roller coaster. We'll be right back. All right, now that we're done gaslighting ourselves, we're back. Again, launches at that 230k number. It'll go up a little bit once Yajirobe gets his orbs here. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, let's go ahead and grab... it doesn't really matter what we get for launch. Let's just grab that right there. Launch doesn't get anything, right? Like, she just needs a Peppy Gal ally attacking the same turn. If the enemy is sealed, which we can't seal the enemy here, she gets an extra chance to crit. But that's not really important or anything. So all that we really need is the Peppy Gal ally, and we really don't even need that. That just gives us extra attack. But it's not, like, super important, right? All right, let's grab those. And then we can grab Yajirobe. And so, watch, our numbers are going to go up a little bit here once we collect these orbs. Yeah, that's Yajirobe's support kicking in. Ooh, excuse me. All right, launches up to a 5 million attack stat here. Not too bad. There we go. And there's a normal. And there's a normal. Can we get one more super, please? No. Okay, well. Yeah, you know, additional characters, you gotta love them, right? So what's she at right here? She's at, like, not a lot of defense. How does she tank that? 590. I don't know if I can qualify that as tanking. That is certainly a number that of damage that we took right there. That is not good. And unfortunately, that is something that can happen. I would say getting double supers out of launch is decently common. You know, if I had changed my build for launch and given her like full additional, we could have her at 20 additional right now, which would probably be better considering she has a 50% chance to crit. I don't really know why I gave her full crit, but you know, sue me. Go back and find the time machine and put past me in my place. But anyway, we'll be right back. The next rotation we'll have Kid Goku on rotation, and he'll be giving support as well. So that should be our best turn outside of like Bulma's support, which we'll get here in a second. Like Bulma's active skill. We'll be back in just a second. Okay, here we are again. This time, I believe we do have Kid Goku support, right? Because Kid Goku does support Dragon Ball Saga, I believe. Youth and Dragon Ball Saga, yep, and launch is on Dragon Ball Saga right there, yep. So she is getting 50% support from Kid Goku. So we're up to 254 before Bulma's support. Let's grab Bulma's 37% support here. So we jump up to 275. Again, she gets 50% defense per super attack. So she gives us a couple super attacks. You know, she could be okay here, but it's going to be very dependent on what she does for us. All right, let's grab those. Can we get Kid Goku support? We don't really need it, but it would be helpful. Cannot. Okay, but let's just grab what we can. We had 2 Rainbow Orb Changers on the turn, but you couldn't really feel it. That's kind of unfortunate. Okay, let's see what happens here. This should be, like, the highest numbers that we see from launch. So hopefully we can get, you know, several attacks out of her. That would be really good. And then I guess we'll do one more turn. Next turn, like turn 8, we will have launch with Bulma support active. Like her active skills. Yeah, she's up to a 5.2 million attack stat. Again, she can do 4 of these. There's 1. There's 2. So now her defense is at like 550 or something like that. There's 3. So now it's up even higher. It's up to like 600 or something. And then there's the quad. Very nice. All right, thank you, launch. So she was at like 275. Multiply that by 3, and that's what defense she was at there. So I guess for comparison, let's see how well she tanks this. Since we got the full quad super this time. 142 is definitely much more respectable. This Rosé doesn't hit too terribly hard, but he is a decently hard-hitting boss right here. If I pull him up, I might do that off camera while, you know, we're in like the middle of the next turn. But oh no, the cord. Well, I mean, that's fine. We were gonna cut here anyway. We'll be right back, and I'll pull up Rosé's stats, and we'll talk about, you know, if that was impressive or not. All right, we're back here, and I did get Rosé's stats pulled up, so we're going to do a little math here. We're going to have a little math lesson, if you guys don't mind. So let's pull the calculator over here where everybody can see it. So Rosé, right? Rosé does 756 on his super attack damage here, but he also gets a 30% attack raise. So the way we calculate that, we have to take his normal attack stat, which is 270,000. You can see that right here. And then we got to multiply that by 0.3. And so this is the attack raise that he's getting right here. So we add that to the 756. Right there. And so Rosé is doing about 837k on his super attack here. And then we are type neutral class disadvantage. So we have to multiply by 1.15. And so this is like the actual damage that he was doing the launch there. Now we got a quad super. Roughly, we were at about 875k defense right there. Or no, I'm sorry, 825k, I believe. Because we were at 275, roughly. We were at roughly 275k defense. And then we quad supered, so we multiply that by 3. Because essentially it's 50%, 100, 150, 200%. So for a 200% buff, we multiply by 3. And so we were at roughly 825, right? And so then if we take the 962, 550, if we take the 962, 550, subtract the 825... roughly, this is how much damage we took, right? And you guys can go back in the video and verify this. It would have been somewhere around this level of damage, I believe. And I think that is correct, right? Again, we weren't at exactly 825k defense. That's not exactly what we were at because there were some decimals in there. But you guys can go back, take that defensive stat that you saw at the start of turn, multiply it by 3, and then subtract like that number from the 962 550, and you should be somewhere around this number, and it should be close to the amount of damage that we took. There's also a 3% damage like random multiplier in there, so like your damage could be anywhere between like this number and 1.03, so it could be anywhere between like 137 550 and 141 677. So that's kind of like how damage works. If you're curious about how all of that works, in the description below, I have a link to a Reddit post that has a Google Doc in it for an explanation about how this is all calculated in-game. I just figured I would walk you guys through it and show you like a real-world example of how that all works. So anyway, here, let's go ahead and pop Bulma's active skill. No need to watch that. This video is already long enough. We can throw her in slot 1, get that support. So you can see we're at 263 at the start of turn here. We do have Yajirobe's support up, his like, you know, multiple turn support that he has. Let's grab those. So that gives us a full heal. Launches at 288, 421. 288, 421. If we were to quad super on this turn, we would be up around 865k defense. You guys can see that right here. You know, pretty decent if we were to quad super. You know, we don't know what we're going to do here. We are also super effective against all types on this turn because of Bulma. So let's go ahead. Let's just do some damage to Rosé and see what we can do here. And then also, I guess, let's just pop this active skill on Rosé as well. Get some extra damage in there. Also, I like this OST better. Bulma's is fine, but this is a bit more like energetic, you know. So let's see what Launch can do right here. Again, we have 3 out of her 7 links active, but we're not getting like any of these other links active on her teams. So let me know what you guys think about Launch. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to stay around for the breakdown. But this should be the best turn that we get out of her, so let's go ahead and see what she does. Again, she can quad super here potentially. She did last turn, so not expecting it on this turn, but she does have it in her, so we'll see what she decides to do. This is her showcase. This is probably going to be the last time I use her for a while, so if she wants me to have positive thoughts in my head about her, she'll perform here. So we'll see what happens. She shoots at a 5.5 million attack stat. Again, she can do 4 of those. And that's all she's going to do. There's a normal. And there's an additional. All right, we could do one more. So she's at a 5.5. Again, we could do one more. Let's see what she gets. She does not. Okay, so we end there with 2 super attacks. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you thought that was a good performance or not. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let's move into the breakdown. All right, so this is Secret Behind the Sneezes Launch. Technically, it's this, but, you know, turn 1 transformation into the blonde version here, who does get 50% on super attack effect. I don't... Why did they do this, man? Like, you can't use this card. Why did they change this? This is so dumb. Anyway, Launch here gets 50% defense on super attack. It's her bazooka. Greatly raises defense, supreme damage, lowers attack and defense greatly, which is nice. This is a pretty good super attack effect, all things considered. Anytime we see like attack and defense in a passive, if we're getting attack up and they're lowering, or I'm sorry, if we're getting defense up and attack down, that's a pretty good super attack effect, so I'll take it. Defense down is just whatever, nobody cares. Her passive skill, Unreasonable Demand. Attack and defense, 150% at the start of turn. She launches 2 additional attacks, each of which have a 50% chance to be a super attack. That's a high chance, 50% chance. Key +3, an additional attack and defense, 120%, and high chance to perform a crit. That's, again, a 50% chance for 7 turns from the start of turn. So you probably don't want to give her crit like I did. Don't know why I did that. You guys can go back and ask 2020 me. Who knows? Actually, 2020 me. Ooh, 2023. This was a bad year for me. Don't. You guys might be able to find me that year, but ooh, the end of 2020 was not good for me. A lot going on in life at that time. Additional attack plus 100% and seals the enemy's super attack when there is another Peppy Gals category ally attacking the same turn. She does share a couple teams with Bulma, so you can get that active. I mean, it's not really going to be a ton, but maybe in, like, Super Battle Road, this could be useful. Sealing is not really useful in today's current content, but it can be good for, like, Battlefield, at least. You know, there's been a couple times where the Peppy Gals team can really clap up the Battlefield boss because they can be sealed and stuff like that, so... Like the current Broly boss fight, you could definitely clap that thing up with Peppy Gals. Launch would be a really good unit against that current Broly battlefield fight. You could for sure go in there with like a full Peppy Gals team and just debuff that guy out of existence. So if you guys have tried that, let me know how it went. She gets an additional chance to perform critical hit plus 30% when the attacked enemy's super attack is sealed. Yeah. It's like she just gets extra crit chance if they're sealed. Doesn't really matter. These last two lines are not like integral to her success. What really matters if Launch is going to be a good character or not is how many additional super attacks she gets. If she's getting you 3 or 4 additionals on each turn that are super attacks, she's going to be looking pretty good. If she's only giving you like, you know, super normal, not going to be super good for Launch here. Her link set is terrible, but you do want to link level it because like several of these links do give additional effects at link level 10. I don't know how often you're going to have some of these active, but at least get Incredible Adventure to level 10 or something. You'll, you know, thank me later. But like, yeah, Berserker's trash, Flea is trash, Metamorphosis is trash on her. Metamorphosis is a really good link, but on her it's not very good. I guess some of the Ribrians have it, but whatever, man. These are her categories, and this is her only 200% lead right now is Yamcha. That's the team that we were on in the video. And her best linking partners are just going to be other Peppy Gals units. Not surprising. That's kind of how these guys or these girls all work. Surprisingly, Oolong she shares 4 links with. All right, man. Yeah, the classic Oolong, you know. Yeah, a lot going on here. You know, Wolfman. You know, who's running Wolfman? You guys running Ninja Murasaki? Let me know. Maybe I'm underrating Ninja Murasaki. You guys, let's see what his passive is like. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, he does seal. That does synergize with Launch right there. You know that does work with her. So you know, I mean, maybe you guys are rocking the Launch Murasaki rotation. Let me know. Anyway. Let me know what you guys think of Launch here. Let me know if I'm being too harsh on her. Let me know if I'm not being harsh enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time.